stop. Before you skip this video, I want you to do something. Think about the last 30 days of your life. How much money came in and where is it right now? If that question makes you uncomfortable, good. Because discomfort is the first sign that something needs to change. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to show you exactly why your money disappears before you even get a chance to enjoy it. Because most people aren't broke because they don't earn enough. They're broke because of 15 specific habits that silently drain everything they make. And the scary part, most people do these things every single day without even realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll see your financial life through a completely different lens. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's go. Habit number 1. Taking bad money advice from poor people. Here's a question that will make you uncomfortable. Who taught you everything you know about money? Your parents, your teachers, your friends, your relatives at family dinners? Now ask yourself honestly, are any of those people financially free? Because here is the brutal truth. You have been lied to, not out of malice, but out of ignorance. The people who raised you, who advised you, who shaped your beliefs about money, like most of them had no idea what they were talking about. They passed down the same broken financial beliefs that were passed down to them. Get a stable job. Save a little every month. Money is the root of all evil. These aren't financial wisdom. These are survival scripts from people who never escape survival mode. And it gets worse. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your 5 closest people are all struggling financially, guess what you're going to be? The fix is simple but uncomfortable. Stop taking money advice from people who aren't where you want to be. Find people who have actually built wealth. Read their books. Watch their interviews. Study their decisions. In the age of the internet, there is zero excuse for only learning from people in your immediate circle. Key line: if the person giving you financial advice is not financially free, their advice is not financial wisdom, it's financial survival, and survival will never get you to freedom. Habit number 2, gambling and the lottery. Luck is not a strategy. Nobody is coming to save you. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the most freeing thing I can tell you. The lottery, 1 in 292 million odds. You are more likely to be struck by lightning twice on the same day than to win the lottery. Yet billions of people spend money they don't have every single week and crossing their fingers, handing their future to chance. That is not hope. That is math blindness. Here's how wealthy people actually think. They understand that life is a probability game. Every single day, they focus on improving the probability of making more money. They build skills. They build relationships. They make strategic decisions. They don't wait for a miracle. They engineer one. Poor people leave their financial future up to luck, up to the universe, up to fate. And whatever you don't control, you get whatever is left over. The crumbs, the scraps that everyone else didn't want. The moment you take control of your skills, your time, your decisions, your environment, luck becomes irrelevant because you stop needing it. Key line: rich people don't need luck because they don't rely on it. The day you stop waiting to be saved is the day you actually start getting somewhere. Habit number 3, spending money on things you want but don't need. Every single time you buy something you don't truly need, you have been marketed to. Let that sink in. Someone with a massive budget and a team of psychologists studied your insecurities, your social pressures, your desire to feel good about yourself, and they built a campaign around it. And it worked. Here's something most people don't know. Poor people are incredibly profitable customers. Companies understand this better than anyone. That's why you see broke people flexing designer brands on social media. Luxury brands pay celebrities to wear their products, not to attract rich people, but to make middle and lower income consumers aspire to it. You are the target market. Rich people don't wear Gucci to impress you. They wear it because they genuinely can afford it without thinking twice. The difference is invisible from the outside, but catastrophic on the bank statement. Every time you buy something that makes you feel rich, you are buying a feeling, and that feeling has a price tag that keeps you poor. Here's the rule: if it's on sale but you don't need it, it's still expensive. Key line: poor people buy things that make them look wealthy. Wealthy people buy things that make them more wealthy. One of those two groups actually ends up wealthy. Habit number 4, not knowing how much money you spent last week, month, or year. Without looking at your phone right now, how much did you spend last week, last month? If you don't know, you have a serious problem. Not because you're bad with money, but because you're flying completely blind. Here's the pattern that plays out over and over. People complain they never have enough money, but when you ask them where their money goes, they have no idea. They just know it disappears. And then they wait for next payday and repeat the cycle. Tracking your expenses feels boring. I get it. But you know what's more boring? Staying broke for the next 20 years because you never dealt with this. The math is simple. Money coming in minus money going out equals your financial reality. If that number is 0 or negative every month, you are not building anything. You are just surviving. Do this. For the next 30 days, track every single expense, every coffee, every subscription, every impulse buy. I promise you will be shocked. And once you see where the money actually goes, you can fix it. Keyline: you cannot manage what you refuse to measure, and you cannot fix what you refuse to see. Habit number 5, spending money you don't have on things you can't afford anyway. Debt is the most normalized trap in modern life, and I want to be very direct about this. The moment you borrow money to buy something, a corporation now owns your time. You are working hours of your life to pay back the past while trying to build a future. That is an exhausting and expensive position to live in permanently. Think about the car. You finance $30,000. With interest, you pay $37,000 or more. By the time it's paid off, that car is worth maybe $11,000. You paid a premium to lose money faster, and you're doing it with money you had to borrow. Here is the simplest rule in personal finance. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Not literally buy 2 of them, but the price should feel light enough that a second one wouldn't destroy you. If a price tag gives you anxiety, your wallet is trying to tell you something. Listen to it. Stop using tomorrow's income to fund today's lifestyle. That equation only ever runs one direction, backwards. Keyline: debt is modern day slavery. Every payment you make is a chain on your future, and every chain you add makes the next one feel normal. Habit number 6, trying to keep up appearances. People will sacrifice their entire financial future just to impress people they don't even like. Think about how insane that sounds when you say it out loud. Why are you spending $80,000 on a wedding you can't afford, when you could invest that into a business or travel the world with the person you love? Why do you feel the need to have the newest car, the newest phone, the newest outfit, so that people on social media who barely know you will click a little hard on your photo? We are proud people. We don't want to be seen as less than, and marketers know this better than we know ourselves. They weaponize your pride against your wallet every single day, but here's what they don't tell you about the appearance game. It cannot be won. There's a concept called the Red Queen's Race from Alice in Wonderland. You run as hard as you can just to stay in the same place. The moment you catch up to the trend, it moves. A new phone comes out, a new style drops, the goalposts never stop moving, and you end up spending your entire life running and never actually getting anywhere. Keyline: real wealth is quiet. The people who are actually rich are usually the least interested in showing it. They're too busy compounding it. Habit number 7, having only one source of income. If you have only one income stream, you are one bad event away from zero. A layoff, an injury, a slow season. Any single event can completely eliminate your income overnight if everything runs through one source. That is not a financial strategy. That is financial fragility. And the research on self-made millionaires is very clear. 65% had at least 3 streams of income, 45% had 4 streams of income, 29% had 5 or more streams of income. That is not a coincidence. That is a pattern. For most people, a job is the only way they know how to earn money. And here's the hard truth. Working a job will never make you truly wealthy. There will always be a ceiling on how many hours you can work and how much you can earn. And if something happens to you physically, that income disappears instantly. The answer isn't to quit your job tomorrow. The answer is to start building something on the side, no matter how small. A freelance skill, a digital product, an investment account, something that generates income even when you're not actively working. Keyline: if you cannot make money while you sleep, you will never be truly wealthy, because your income is only as big as your available hours, and those are limited. Habit number 8, wasting money and time on entertainment. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. You, me, every billionaire on the planet. So what's the difference in outcomes? It comes down to how many of those hours are used to build something versus consume something. If you are in your 30s and you're broke, it's because of how you spent your 20s. If you're in your 20s and you're broke, this is your wake-up call. Broke people consume. They scroll, binge, watch, and click. Wealthy people create. They build, write, invest, produce, and teach. Now, rest is important. Recovery is real, but there is a difference between intentional rest and mindless consumption. If you are genuinely struggling financially and spending 4 or 5 hours a day watching entertainment that produces nothing, that is not rest. That is avoidance. Here's the mental shift. For every hour you spend consuming, spend at least 1 hour creating a skill, a product, a business plan, a side income stream. time, anything that adds value. Key line, being broke means you cannot afford to waste time, because wasting time is the single most expensive habit on this entire list. Habit number 9, going YOLO, thinking short term instead of long term. Remember when YOLO was everywhere? You only live once. Live in the moment. Enjoy today. Don't worry about tomorrow. And look, enjoying your life is important, but there is a very dangerous version of this mindset that is quietly destroying financial futures all over the world. When you consistently sacrifice the long term for the short term, you are making a trade, and most people don't realize what they're actually trading away. Here's the math that makes this real. $200 a month invested consistently at average market returns over 30 years grows to over $450,000. That's not a trick. That's just compound interest doing what it always does. But poor people do the opposite. They borrow money to buy things that lose value and then pay interest on top of that. So they're losing on both ends. The asset depreciates and they're paying a premium for it. Every self-help book, every financial expert, every billionaire biography boils down to one single piece of advice: choose long-term over short-term. Key line, get that backwards, and you will be generationally poor. Get it right, and time itself becomes your greatest asset. Habit number 10, not learning how to invest and being afraid of change. If what you're lacking is money, why aren't you spending time learning how money actually works? Most people don't, and the reason is usually arrogance. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that whispers, "I already kind of know how this works," when you absolutely don't. Everything you need to know about investing, about building wealth, about how money behaves is available completely for free. Books, YouTube, podcasts. There has never been a better time in history to educate yourself on finance. Yet something keeps most people from actually doing it. Fear, inertia, the comfort of staying where they are even when where they are isn't working. Quick honest question, do you own even a single stock in any company? Do you invest even a small amount consistently? Do you spend even 30 minutes a week learning about money? If the answer is no, that has to change. Not someday, now. Key line, in the age of information, being financially ignorant is a choice. And like every choice, it comes with consequences. The consequence of this one is a lifetime of financial struggle. Habit number 11, spending first, then hoping something's left to save. 2 out of 3 people live paycheck to paycheck, and it's not because they don't earn enough, it's because of the order in which they handle their money. Here's what poor people do. They get paid, then they spend, then they save whatever is left at the end of the month. And as you probably already know from experience, there is never anything left. There's always something to pay for. The money evaporates every single month. Here's what wealthy people do. They get paid. A fixed portion goes directly into savings or investments. First, then they live on what remains. That's it. That's the whole difference. When you invest first, even 10%, even $50, it builds. Slowly at first, then faster. Then the returns start generating their own returns and the momentum becomes almost unstoppable. But if you keep waiting until the end of the month to save whatever's left, you already know how that story ends. Key line, pay yourself first, not second, not when there's something left over. First, that one habit done consistently separates people who build wealth from people who just move money around. Habit number 12, paying too much in taxes. Here's something that will make you look at your tax refund differently. That refund you were excited about, that was money you loaned to the government, interest-free, for an entire year. They used your money for free, and you celebrated when they gave it back. But that's not even the biggest tax issue. The real problem is that employees and business owners are taxed completely differently. As an employee, taxes are removed before you even see your paycheck. You earn, the government takes its cut immediately, and you live on what's left. As a business owner, you earn first, you spend on legitimate business expenses first, and then you are taxed on whatever profit remains. You get to reduce your taxable income before the bill arrives. 2 people with the same gross income can end up in completely different financial positions just because of how they are structured. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow. I'm saying understand the rules of the game you are playing, because wealthy people don't just earn more, they understand the system. Key line, poor people get taxed on everything they earn. Wealthy people get taxed on what's left after building their wealth. That is not an accident. That is the system, and you can learn to use it. Habit number 13, an unhealthy lifestyle. This one doesn't get talked about in finance videos, but it should. Almost every unhealthy habit in your life is quietly making you poor. Cigarettes, direct cash out of your pocket every single day. Alcohol, same. Fast food every night, no exercise, poor sleep, lower energy, lower focus, lower performance at work, lower income potential. And then there's the healthcare bill waiting at the end of all of it. A single serious health event can wipe out years, sometimes decades of savings. Your body is your most important financial asset. It generates everything else. Your energy, your focus, your productivity, your earning power. All of it flows from how well you take care of yourself. Look around your space right now. The junk food, the cigarettes, the alcohol, you paid for all of it. And it is affecting your ability to perform, to think clearly, and to earn. Key line: you cannot build a wealthy future on a broken engine. Taking care of your health is not separate from your financial strategy. It is your financial strategy. Habit number 14, wanting money to be easy and fast. Every single person who is broke has, at some point, fantasized about a big score. One lucky trade, one viral post, one business that explodes overnight. Hit it big, cash out, retire. And because of that fantasy, millions of people fall for get-rich-quick schemes, multi-level marketing traps, and secret investing strategies that conveniently require you to pay for access. Here's the truth about every get-rich-quick scheme. Someone is getting rich. It is just not you. You are the product. Your desperation is their business model. Real wealth building is boring. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but it's true. Invest consistently. Build valuable skills. Create multiple income streams. Repeat for years. That process, done consistently, will take almost anyone from poverty to financial freedom in under 10 years. That sounds like a long time, but you're gonna live those years anyway. The question is whether you come out the other side wealthy or still broke. Key line: there are no get-rich-quick schemes. There is only someone getting rich off of you. The boring path is the only path that actually leads somewhere real. Habit number 15. Staying poor is a choice. This is the last habit, and it is the deepest one on this list. The habit of thinking of yourself as someone who will always be poor. I'm just not good with money. The system is rigged against people like me. Rich people are just lucky. It's too late for me to change. I hear you, and I want to acknowledge something important. Life may genuinely have been harder for you than for others. The circumstances you were born into, the opportunities you didn't have, those are real, and they are not your fault. But here's the moment everything has to shift. At some point, the story of your past has to stop writing your future. People with less than you have escaped poverty. People with fewer resources, harder childhoods, bigger obstacles have broken out. Not because they got lucky, but because they made a decision every single day to keep moving forward. You cannot choose where you were born. You cannot choose your starting point. But from this moment forward, you choose the next chapter. Key line: if you were born poor, that is not your fault. But if you stay poor, that is a choice. And the most powerful thing about a choice is that it can always be made differently. Bonus: limited versus unlimited output, linear versus exponential work. You made it to the bonus, and this might be the single most valuable idea in this entire video. Most people think about money in a straight line. You work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours, you stop working, the money stops. That is linear work, and it is how the majority of people on earth earn their income. But wealthy people have figured out something completely different. They do exponential work. Exponential work uses leverage and multipliers. You do the work once, and it keeps generating returns long after you stopped working. A book, a course, a piece of software, a YouTube channel, a rental property, a business that runs without you. This video I'm making right now, I create it once, but thousands of people will watch it today, next month, next year. The income it generates is not tied to the hours I put in. That is exponential. And here is the beautiful truth about exponential work. The quality of what you produce determines your multiplier. Average work gets you paid once. Multiplier of 1. Good work gets you referrals and repeat business. Multiplier of 10 excellent work makes you a brand. Multiplier of 100 or more. You only need to get it right once. One great product, one viral piece of content, one business that scales. And doors open that were previously completely shut. Key line: stop trading time for money. Start building things that make money from time itself. That is the shift from poor thinking to wealthy thinking, and it is available to anyone willing to do the work. So there you have it. 15 money habits that keep people poor, and the mindset shifts that break every single one. Now here is my challenge to you. Don't just watch this and move on. Pick one habit from this list, the one that hit hardest, and make one real change this week. Drop it in the comments right now. Which habit are you working on? I read every single comment. If this video gave you value, or share it with one person in your life who needs to hear this. You might genuinely change someone's financial trajectory today, and if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button. We put out content like this every single week. See you in the next one.